Hi friends, welcome back to Our Family Cooks. Tonight I have another amazing crock-pot recipe for you to make, especially for those busy weeknights when you just don't have time to prepare dinner. So we're gonna prep this either on Sunday or the night before, like I'm doing tonight. This is gonna be our dinner for tomorrow. And then you have a delicious tomato basil chicken ready to go. You just need to make either noodles or rice the night of, and you've got a delicious dinner that you can feed your family. So let's jump right in. We are going to start with diced tomatoes, and you can definitely use canned diced tomatoes, but I don't have any. Usually I do, but I don't. But luckily I had some tomatoes from our garden. So I just chopped up like 4 tomatoes and I'm gonna throw these in. And I didn't cook them, but they will cook when the crock pot's running and going all day tomorrow, so that's totally fine. And then we need 1 cup of tomato pasta sauce, and I have some spaghetti sauce that my mom and dad made. They have a garden and they can every year, and they're wonderful enough to give me some of their canned goods. So I'm gonna get this open, and we need 1 cup of the spaghetti sauce. And honestly, there's not much left. I might just go ahead and put it all in. It'll be fine. We'll just have a little more sauce than usual. It's all good. Let's put these in our sink real quick. All right, and then we need our seasonings. So I've got salt and pepper, minced garlic, basil, and Italian seasoning. And if you want to do fresh garlic, you definitely can. I have dried minced garlic, so I'm just gonna go with this. Get the lid off. It's a lot easier to measure that way. So we want 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, and if you like it more garlicky, you can definitely add more, but I'm gonna go with 2 teaspoons. And then salt and pepper, and probably about a teaspoon of pepper as well. I don't typically measure this, I just go with the pinch method and what I think feels right. That looks good. And then also some salt, teaspoon of salt. And we're gonna go with 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. And the spaghetti sauce that I put in here that I said my parents make, they put a bunch of seasonings, like Italian seasoning, in the sauce when they can it. So there is already some Italian seasoning in here, but I like to add extra seasonings, so we're just gonna do some nice heavy scoops of 2 teaspoons Italian seasoning. And then a half teaspoon of basil, and then we'll also garnish this with basil here when we're eating it too, so. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good. Okay, again, I'm gonna clean up my space, put my stuff back before we go on to the next step. This is something that my mom always taught me, and it wasn't usually direct of like, hey, we do this. It was just more of like being in the kitchen with her and doing the dishes and stuff. It was like always clean as you go. Once you get one thing done, put it back, put it away. That way, when you're done cooking, you don't have countertops full of just mess and you're like, oh, I gotta clean and I gotta do all the dishes. So much easier if you do it as you go. Okay, and next we need our cream. I'm gonna mix our cream with some cornstarch. I'm gonna get a measuring cup out. We only need a half cup of cream, but I'm gonna use my 2-cupper to mix this in because we're gonna be stirring in some cornstarch, so it'll have these nice sides so it doesn't splatter everywhere when we're stirring. All right, and we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And this will basically just help it thicken up. Get my whisk out, whisk this all together. It's a lot easier stirring in this cornstarch if you do it separately versus putting it all in the crock pot and then trying to stir it and get it to dissolve in there. Okay, it's really well mixed, so we will pour it in our crock pot. And now all we need is our chicken. I am using chicken breast for this recipe, but if you have chicken thighs, you could definitely do chicken thighs instead. And one thing to always remember when you are handling chicken is to not, like these scissors, I'm using the scissors to open the chicken packaging. Right after I open this, they're going in the sink. I'm gonna wash them. We're not gonna use them for anything else. And then same with after I'm done handling the chicken, I'm gonna immediately just put it in the crock pot and then wash my hands with soap and warm water, because that is how bacteria and salmonella spread from raw chicken. So you don't wanna get the juices everywhere. If you do, make sure to wipe down your countertop afterwards. It's no joke. So, all right, and we're just gonna submerge our chicken breast into the crock pot. And no, I do not wash my chicken before I cook it. I know that can be kind of controversial. Some people like to wash their chicken, some people don't. I do not, because I've seen many doctors or many studies where they wash chicken and then they use like the black light, and it ended up the chicken juice and the bacteria spread in your kitchen, like in your sink, on your backsplash, like it just like splattered everywhere because people were washing their chicken. So it is actually better if you do not wash your chicken, because you're cooking any bacteria off of it. But if you get raw chicken juice splattered all over the place, if you have raw chicken splattered all over the place, you're not cooking your sink or your backsplash. So that bacteria is gonna stay there from you washing your chicken. So I know, again, I said it, that's controversial. I watch all the cooking stuff on YouTube and I see the comments where people are, being like, you gotta wash your chicken. Well, I don't. So bring on the comments if you wanna yell at me for not washing my chicken, but I don't do it. All right, so this is really all we need to put in here. And tomorrow I am going to let it cook on high or low. I mean, either one. You could do low for 8 hours or high for 4 to 6. I haven't decided yet. It'll depend on what time I start my crock pot. But we are all done for right now. Tomorrow we'll just turn the crock pot on, and then I'll make probably some noodles for dinner, and we'll serve this over top of some noodles. Be really good. And I will bring you along tomorrow and all the things, and I'll do like a taste test for you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna throw this in my fridge right now. Okay, so we had the tomato basil chicken tonight for dinner, and it was so good. If you are looking for a really simple dump and go, throw the stuff in there and you don't have to worry about it recipe, this one will be perfect for your family, especially if you like more Italian style dinners or themed meals. It was so good. I would recommend doing on high for 4 to 5 hours, and make sure when you get to that 4-hour mark to check the temperature of your chicken. If it's not quite to 165, then leave it, but you don't want it to go like way above 165, because then, especially if you're using chicken breast, it dries out a lot easier than like chicken thighs. Just make sure to really check it and monitor it around that 4-hour mark, and by 5 hours it should for sure be done. So make sure to try this recipe. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. I hope you love it. I hope you find it just as easy to put together as I did, and make sure to like, subscribe, and come back and watch some more videos. Thanks, y'all.